Go Apple Pay shit, whatever, right? Fuck it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. Have at it. Do what you can. Buy a bunch of shit on my phone.
Fuck it, right?
Fuck it.
Just
I'm not
because-
driving. Fuck it, cause.
No, I hear you.
Northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah, cause.
Okay. All right. And we're here.
And action.
What's up, everybody? Welcome
Damn.
to Apartment
Rome, can I
5A.
slam your computer like an action thing?
Please don't.
What, like the way rock stars used to break the guitar?
No,
We
no,
could
no. The
break
way we do
Roman's
this thing.
equipment.
And take one.
Oh, yeah.
I want
sure.
to use his
Pop.
computer like
You know,
one.
Why not?
I have a slate we can use.
What's it called? Slate?
It's called a slate.
Is it an electronic one though, that we can put the digital one, or we have to
Those are
write it
so-
each
You know how
time?
much those cost?
How much?
It's like 4,000 a piece.
Why would they? 4,000 pesos?
Hold on.
Filmmaking is
Say
Guys, hold on.
pesos?
So we
no,
were
no,
just
maybe like 1,000.
hold on. We were just on point to record, and now Roman came in with an outlandish
All right,
quote.
yeah. Before
So
we
what's
get,
it called?
Yeah, let's all look how much one of these costs. What is it? What's
A
it called?
digital slate for movies.
Like a good
This
one.
fucking guy.
1282. My bad.
Okay, I can get one right here for $3.97.
Where?
397. Yeah, B&H, but that's not a good one.
Yeah, but it's $3.99.
Where they-
Adorama.
Who?
So look.
Yeah, Adorama.
$49 eBay.
Yes.
Not a
Come on,
a
come
digital.
on, Roman.
It's not a digital slate though. You
Is
guys-
it digital with the numbers? I need digital.
1520?
'Cause I'm not trying to write it each time.
That's what I'm talking
Bro,
about.
I really want to clap that shit.
I have one. I'll
Can we
bring
get
it.
one?
I'll bring it
And
in.
we'll start each other
I
again.
literally
And
have it at
action.
home. I'll bring it. I'll bring it next time.
All right, I'll just do it with my hands from now on. Ready? And scene one.
You know that it serves a purpose, right?
Yeah, so you
purpose
know
it's-
the takes and the scenes,
No,
right?
but it serves another purpose.
What is it? Well, tell me about it, fucking little Miss.
Yeah,
Riddler.
Roman.
So
What-
in the
riddle
new,
me this.
in the new,
Oh,
in the generation of film, where you are able to see the edit of your sound and your video sound, like if you're recording like an audio track with like a boom mic, and you're recording a regular video, but the video has sound. When you look at the audio tracks, there's a huge spike when that sound hits.
So you know it's the
So
end
you
of
know
that.
exactly where to line up the clips when you would be cutting out your camera audio.
Is that why they say cut?
Yes.
And they clap it.
Yes.
Now, why does it have the digital counter? Is that just so you can line it all up?
faster.
easier?
Well, the digital,
Obviously.
that is the part that serves the purpose of knowing what take you're on and what
Gotcha.
scene you're on.
Okay, well, listen. I'm not mad at it. I really want one of them.
I'll deal with that.
We got a Brannick device
actually-
over there for measuring feet.
It actually is
See
perfect
it,
for
Drew?
this.
What
The
is
the device for measuring feet.
it? I saw
The
that.
Brannick
Yeah,
device.
you use that too?
Not a lot of people know.
They had one of those at Kohl's when I used to go.
You go,
buy
what's
shoes.
this thing called? People go, foot measurer. Really? You think they called
foot
it
roller.
a foot?
Is the guy's name like John Brannick?
You know what? I lied to somebody once and told them it was named after the guy, kind of like Cobb
J-
salad.
Like Jerry,
Cobb
John
salad.
Garnish.
Yeah, John Garnish and Cobb salad.
Bob
but-
Cobb.
Uh,
The
yeah,
Maestro,
Bob Cobb.
also as known
Yeah,
as
the
the
maestro
Maestro.
is Bob Cobb.
Yes.
But you know, we digress because we get ahead of ourselves from time to time. So again, as if I had a slate.
Yes.
Ready? Episode
do it.
5.
Yeah, episode
Season 1,
5.
episode
Season
5.
1, episode 5.
Take one.
Action. All right, everybody. Here we
Now
go.
you'll know on your audio.
That's right.
Yeah. To
There
an
we are.
extent.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Apartment 5A.
Yes.
And we are back.
we are.
We are back with episode 5, the last episode of the
Season
first
1.
season.
The stock tip.
Yeah, the stock tip.
Stock tip.
We just got done watching it.
This episode was a little more. This season's a little bland because, as we said before, we really. I think they were trying to really make it seem like a normal, just normal life, which is very
Well, yeah, which
uneventful.
That was the,
But
the
they realized for
concept.
TV,
It had
you need
be
to have a little more.
yeah.
So this one was a little more animated. You know, Kramer was a little more Kramery.
Yes.
It was good though. You know,
It was good.
nice end of the season. So this was you know, I don't know if we said it before, but this premiered on 6/21/90. What's that? June?
Yeah.
6
June
years
21st?
before I was born.
June 21st, 1990.
6 years before your best year ever, and 6 years before you were born.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm trying to think. In 1990, what was I popping off at 6/21? I was definitely doing some wiffle ball side of the house.
6/21, so it was June 21st?
Me and my neighbors were definitely down playing in these little bit of like patch of trees, setting little fires and stuff.
Okay.
Probably. I wasn't doing cigs yet
Yeah, how old were you in?
No, you had to be
1990?
like.
in 1990. Well, I was in November of this year. I would have turned 6.
Yeah, so,
What?
I wasn't doing cigs yet.
Nah, but I was doing fires.
But
Imagine if your
I was
son was
doing
smoking
fires.
cigs, you'd be like, "What the
What
fuck?"
the fuck is going on right
Yeah.
now?
Dude, if you came, I promise you.
I think I smoked cigarettes when I was like.
Well, you know what?
I definitely smoked cigarettes when I was like
8,
9
10.
years old. Definitely,
Dude,
100%.
Yeah, it was
This is
different
what-
back
Not
then.
habitually.
Because the first
like,
time I ever
like
smoked
we
a cig, I
stole
was like
cigarettes
13.
and smoked them. Not
Yeah, it
like-
wasn't. No. We weren't smoking regularly. I can
didn't
pinpoint
start- I
all
s-
my smoking history if you really want to. But you know what happened? My uncle Gene was into some shit. He was a major alcoholic, you know, and him and my grandfather were brothers, and they would tell us about like stories back in the day and like in the Depression. And he told me he was an alcoholic by 5 and smoking cigs by like 6
Well,
or
yeah,
7.
well, the life expectancy was like 30.
Yeah, but I was
So,
like, wait,
you know what I mean?
I literally was like, you can smoke at 6? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. And I remember they'd be like, yo, say no to, and I in first and second grade, it wasn't that I was like wanting to, but they'd be like, say no to smoking. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna smoke some cigs.
Dude, when I was young,
knew.
I was going to the store to get
Get
cigs.
cigs.
Yeah, that was
for-
like the thing.
I
Like,
never had
my
the
girl
cig
said the
run.
same thing.
That was
But I
totally
know
a
all about that,
regular
yeah.
thing.
She was like, yeah, you just go to the corner store. If it's the one near your house, they know what's up.
Right,
Yeah,
and you
just give
get
it to you.
cigarettes for your grandmother.
Now,
your mom
I
and shit.
used to be told stories of that, like back in the day. When I was a kid, they'd be like, yo, yeah, you would run down and get cigs. But, yeah, I just always was like, let me, you know, and then I smoked and I hated it and I quit. And, you know, I'm almost as long not smoking cigarettes as I was smoking cigarettes,
Yeah,
which
I've been
is cool.
cigarette free for quite some
Yeah,
time.
you just stopped. You killed it.
6 months, 8
Me,
months.
you know,
something like
Chris used to smoke
Yeah.
when we opened the store,
Everybody did.
and we just quit. I quit
Roman
doing-
still smokes.
Yeah, well, he just, you know what he did? You know what I bought him last week? Drew.
What?
Oh, man. Guess what I got him last week? A pack of Doral menthols. We were in a Rite Aid, and there was this young Christian fellow working.
Roman knows where to get looses for 50 cents.
This is crazy.
That
I
is
do.
insane.
probably-
I haven't been there. In,
Such
no,
a
I
low
moved now. I
price.
moved now.
When
now
we went
I
into the
don't-
Rite Aid, right? It was in like the
I'm
sticks.
young Christian.
Where you
I-
live now,
well,
there's
no.
nowhere selling
I
looses.
know, and now I haven't seen my guy in weeks.
Well, I painted. Remember, I painted a grim picture.
You
of
know, he
like,
told me to stop smoking.
who knows what kind of cigarettes.
No,
he's
he
buying.
got. He,
They're
listen,
probably
I
bootlegs.
took him there before.
Are they bootlegs?
I don't know
No,
which
they were
state they're
Newports.
from.
But basically, listen. So I went in. He was
You know,
like,
Dino Bravo got killed over
over
cigarette sales.
No, he
Ooh, that's
was
a
like,
big thing
"Why
in
do you
Canada.
smoke?"
Big thing.
he was like, "Why do you smoke?"
R.I.P.
A
Dino
cigarette.
Bravo.
He was like, "Why do you buy a cigarette? Why don't you just buy a whole pack?"
Well,
and I
'cause
was like,
That's
but
his, that's he. Because right now, what's that called when you feel for your captor? That's what Roman's getting.
Stockholm
Yeah,
syndrome.
you're getting. Yeah, he's
Stockholm.
he's making you have Stockholm syndrome, and you're going to start buying packs. This
Well, I
is
haven't
crazy.
seen him in weeks.
Bro, don't let him do it to you.
My guy.
Well, listen.
And they
what
just
I'm saying
started
is,
serving
I
hoagies
walked
there.
into this Rite Aid with him.
Who's buying a fucking hoagie there?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
Oh
know.
disgusting.
my god,
So I see people buying sandwiches there.
Dude, people are fucking insane.
But anyway,
In
I
any
digress.
case,
we digress. Let's go back to a better time. 6/21/1990.
Yeah.
dude,
when
I was like,
the stock tip.
all right,
Aired-
I'm like,
aired for
I'm
the
like,
first time.
I'm like 11, gonna be 12.
For this.
Yeah, when
You
this
know-
comes out, day before my mother's birthday, I think.
Really? Guys, I wanna talk about why we got into Seinfeld on this one. We mentioned it before, but that was our first episode. That we have one day everyone will get blessed with a bonus first episode re-record because remember the dog ruined
Yeah.
it. But we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about how
Chasing
we
a star.
started and what
Oh, yeah.
made us into it. So we'll bring that up later. But I think that's we'll mention the dates when they come out now, so everyone knows like a little bit of a time frame. But
Yeah, I wasn't watching Seinfeld. That,
no,
that
I wasn't watching
early.
it till later. I mean, let's frame the episode and then so everyone's like, what the fuck is this podcast about? Because right now we're
Right.
just ranting about Kensington, and I
Lucy's.
apologize.
So.
And then we'll talk about why we got into it. But this episode starts them, Jerry and George and Elaine in the diner.
They're sitting in the diner and immediate Superman reference off the rip
Which is
about Superman reversing George says, "Too bad you can't get your buddy Superman." Reverse, fly around the world, reverse time, and Elaine says, "Superman can do that." Jerry says, "We discussed this."
This is true. You know, it's funny. Real quick side note. There was a deleted line from this episode, a cut line, where, let me see. So, Jerry says that if there was a nuclear holocaust, that I guess this line about Superman was going to be way more in depth. And he says, if there was a nuclear holocaust, that Superman would subdue it with super humor. And then George says it wouldn't work because everyone would say, why didn't he just stop the Holocaust in the first place, this nuclear Holocaust?
Right.
I guess they said that was a little too deep. They probably shouldn't mention it. But it brings us to our Seinfeld Superman references, which we will get lined up for you guys at one point. That'll be a whole other thing we do. But
yeah, because there was a claim. Isn't there a claim that there's a reference in every episode?
There's an Easter egg, perhaps.
Yeah.
But so that's what they're doing. They're talking about that and mentioning the stock tip and onward.
Yeah.
As Theo was
talking about, and then she mentions her Robert. He's got 2 cats.
Oh yeah, allergic.
Talking about cats. It was pretty funny because George was kind of trying to diss guys with cats. I got cats.
Me too.
Roman's got a cat.
Yeah.
You know, so screw you.
Right.
People I'm glad you mentioned cats. Robert because
but
that slipped through my midst.
It's funny. It's funny knowing what we know now. Do we see a pattern starting with Elaine from now?
On what? Not liking animals?
Not liking pets? Not liking
yes.
Oh, well, she clearly
you know what I mean?
has an animal issue.
Yeah,
she does.
Right. Well, we don't know that till later. This is very, very early, but I'm laying the groundwork now to point out at a later time that I don't think she likes animals at all. Pets.
Honestly, listen,
not into
love the show,
mean,
but Elaine might not have. She's probably the meanest of them all.
She's definitely mean.
She toys with people a lot.
She does. I would say like she's mean in like the way that like I don't know, like George is very mean, but it's different.
Well, he's like I don't want to say sinister. He's like
conniving.
Yeah, he's a real
he's more like
a real trickster.
Like I feel like Elaine is almost like will say mean stuff, but he'll like go and do plots.
If I could pick out from the 2 words rascal and scoundrel, George would be a scoundrel.
Oh yeah.
Because scoundrels usually got an ill intent, where the rascal's just playful.
Yes.
He's a real scoundrel.
Yes.
George.
Yes, he is a scoundrel.
So they're in there, they're talking. She's allergic to cats.
Yeah.
Robert, her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Which she's clearly staying
Just
with,
wanted to lay the groundwork for that now. And we'll be seeing a pattern with that as time goes on. You know, Jerry talking about weekend getaways. He brings it up. He's trying to get Vanessa to go on a weekend getaway.
Vanessa is who he met in season.
Vanessa's from previous episodes. She worked at Simon's, Benham, Oppenheimer,
I'll give it to her right now.
That's
she
the
worked
chick.
at
Oppenheimer, Taft.
Right.
Yeah.
Jerry met her at the dinner date with Elaine.
Yes.
Same chick. It's this girl. And they start talking about the stock market.
Yeah.
And George got a hot lead on some opera pay-per-view.
Where do you think he met this guy?
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
He doesn't say, does he?
Because George at the time is a realtor.
He's a real estate guy.
Yeah, like weirdly.
And he's doing good. He's selling shit. Now he's got the stock investment. He's got money to throw around.
Seemingly, yeah, because
George's investment. So we're in 1990. You know the investment is $5,000 on George's end, $2,500 on Jerry's end right now. He talks Jerry into getting into this investment with him.
It's correct. That is correct. Yes.
It's like.
You won't pay attention. That's Ralph from episode 1. Kramer's dog. So. Yes. Where do you think do you think it's just a guy that he met through his realty?
Yeah,
experience?
guy. I mean, a buddy. We don't know. We don't know. But the opera pay-per-view was funny.
Yeah.
because that's something that's not around to the extent. I don't think the cable companies still offer pay-per-view, but it's not the same as it was
Well, it's a
when
little
I was
different.
little. When I
Now-
was young,
Yeah.
if you went, you could go to a pay-per-view event. That was like going to the Spectrum and watching on like closed circuit screens the fight.
Mhm.
There's usually a boxing fight.
Yeah, you would go somewhere
Or
where
I
they
think
would
they
air
even
it.
did it with wrestling. Or then they started doing it like they would channel it through your cable provider.
Yes,
watch
that's
the
where it
fight
started to
at
get to
home.
the more.
And that's what they're talking about here, the more mainstream
Yes.
thing. Live opera, pay-per-view.
Right, yeah.
I guess
Which is
it's a
still
big
around
thing.
now, but it's more.
People, it's just streaming.
It's, well, yeah, or it's through the whoever's throwing the event usually now.
Right.
Usually not, or unless it's boxing, Showtime.
Yeah,
Still.
live.
Right, yes.
Right. Live boxing.
So, George invests $5,000. Jerry invests $2,500. What ensues next?
They also, well, they paid into Jerry's apartment. I also want to say they show a different address on the building. Going in the building.
Okay.
I think it's a 757 address.
Huh.
I think they do that more than once, but you know,
Yeah,
strange. It
these
wasn't always
addresses are
Right.
just
wasn't always
changing.
the same, right? The continuity wasn't there in a lot of these early episodes. So they go in, and you know, immediately I think Jerry's telling, you know, Kramer what's going on with the stock. Kramer's not happy about it.
Right.
No, he is not into Jerry investing in stocks.
No. He's
In
not.
fact, he's delighted to see Jerry lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so skeptical.
Yeah, he does not. He does not
Of
agree with
course.
stocks.
Doesn't agree with it. Wants no parts of it. Ask Jerry why won't he invest in his idea? Roll out ties. This is Kramer's second idea.
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's a second idea in the series so far, and you know, he breaks it down for Jerry exactly what it is.
Well, this is furthering Krimerica Enterprises, you know, with
Yes.
their constant innovation.
Yeah.
So, you know,
True. This is true.
yes. Go ahead.
So moving along, I mean, we got Jerry goes to the dry cleaners, pick up his shirt, and he's got issues. He's got issues with the dry cleaners. This is something that repeats with Jerry later with Larry and Curd. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
it's
I just
the
watched that
dry
episode.
cleaners.
With their lifestyle, I mean, like, I go to
Even
the dry
with Jerry,
cleaner.
there's more than one issue down the road
Can I,
Yeah.
can I let
with the
you
dry
know?
cleaners.
Dry cleaner with the jackets, stealing the jackets.
Okay, I'm only going back 5 years here.
Okay.
Let's say I've used a dry cleaner 25 times. Okay? In 5 years.
In 5 years, 25 times?
A lot or little?
That's a lot for me.
Well, there's been certain
I
times
use it
where-
no
but
times.
But I've had stuff that I've fucked up in the wash, and then I'm like, yo, I need to get this now dry clean, because if I try to wash it
I
at
guess
all,
it's true,
I'm going
yeah.
to shrink it. My point being is, I've had 2 major issues. One of these dry cleaners offered pant alteration. So, you know, they showed me a sample. It looked good. I dropped off like 4 or 5 pairs. They destroyed my pants.
Really?
So I only go to one place.
Well, then a very reputable person in Philadelphia directed me to another place that is no longer here, but it was in South Philly. I went. They cut out the selvage seam on the green slacks I had. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. There are these green Norse projects, Jones, chinos with a white selvage seam. And he goes, oh, look what I did. And I'm like,
didn't
the
know.
kind you ruined it.
They don't know. They don't
And
know.
then I had the place right around the corner shrink my stuff. So I'm saying, I feel like if you're going to the dry cleaner a lot, which in New York maybe it was a lot more
Jerry
prevalent.
seems to
Right.
go off.
I also
Yeah.
feel like back then, just in the 90s, you were always using the dry cleaner.
I mean, I used to dry clean several times
Oh,
a
my
year.
parents used to do a lot.
I mean,
Really?
what do you do with your...
But you're going to have issue if you use anything a lot, you know?
Yeah. I haven't had any issues.
I don't
I got
dry
a good dry
clean.
cleaner.
You got to dry
Never
clean
dry
more, and
clean
you'll get some
anything.
issues.
I never took anything to the dry cleaner.
Well,
Ever?
Oh.
What
You
do
know what
do with
I
your
don't
Maybe
like-
when I
sheets?
was a kid, like my mom probably took my suit. I haven't worn a suit in like
You know what I don't like?
Five,
I go to the dry
Or
cleaner.
confirmation.
I haven't gone to one in a while.
I go to the
What
dry
do they do on the
cleaner.
farm? Nothing.
No, I used to go. It's just been a while.
I dropped off a crew neck to the dry cleaner, and I went to pick it up, and I looked at it, and I went, guys, this looks like it shrunk. And they went, well, I went, it was dry cleaned, right? And they went, no,
Washed it.
regular clean. And I went, you're fucking the dry cleaner. I said,
What,
"But I
they
just-
threw it in the wash?
Yeah, they just washed it.
Ha!
I go, I would assume.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I go, I would think, and they go, you have to tell us to dry
Now let
clean.
me issue. I see. I sent my. I
Just
sent my.
replace that Joel now. I got a freshie.
I sent my laundry out also.
Wait, what do you got to do?
I sent my laundry out also.
Oh well, I used to, but I have one here now.
Yeah,
And I just got
still-
it dialed in. I'm cooking on laundry right now.
Yeah, I got one now in my new place. It's like literally.
I have the tray that pulls out where you put the stuff, and I noticed it. It wasn't seeming like it was.
You weren't.
It just didn't seem
Okay.
like things were working well. You know what I got them? Them pods.
Tide Pods.
I tossed 3 of them in. For
Oh,
my
blast it with 3. I do. I always blast it with 3.
Yeah, because they say use one. I'm like, that's
Well, they say use 1 if it's like, based on size.
oh, 3
I
no
always,
matter what.
I don't always go 3 if
3
it's like
will take care of
small,
all. Oh, I'm.
but I'll
freeing
do
you up.
2. Yeah, dude, that.
And then,
Same thing with the dryer sheets.
oh, I don't use them because I get allergic to everything.
Sure.
Don't even use them. Static. I'm zapping everyone.
Dude!
He's been real electric.
Oh
lately.
my god, that's what it is. I gotta use dryer sheets? Wait, that's the
Hold
solution?
on, you didn't. Drew. Hold on.
Wait, you're not putting anything
Guys,
in
sorry.
your dryer?
Apartment 5 was fun recording, but we're
What?
canceling the podcast for life because of Roman.
Wait, what?
Wait, Drew.
Why?
He doesn't know.
Wait, how did you get this far in life?
I know
Bro,
a
you
lot
know
of
what
stuff.
happened back when people were living in
What,
caves?
you putting
Someone
nothing
ate
in
it.
there? Oh, when they
Wait,
were
in the
living
dryer?
in caves,
People
he
would-
would have walked out of the cave and a T-Rex or some shit
Wait,
would have
hold
just
on.
bit him, or like some crazy
Drew,
flying thing.
I'm putting him on a
A
spit.
raptor.
and I'm roasting him.
A raptor.
I'm roasting him on a spit.
Wait, listen.
And I'm
listen.
having
Wait,
fried
hold on.
Roman.
What do you mean put stuff in the dryer?
Roman, when you put stuff in the dryer, it creates static electricity.
Yeah, I
Do you
know.
clean your dryer filter out?
Yes, of course.
Do you know how to do that? You know you wet your
You could
finger
have
and
a
the whole
fire,
thing slides
you know.
out.
Yeah, to get the
Hold on, but
lint
do
out.
you do this? Or do you just go like this?
I
with
just
it?
go like that and it all
You know
comes
you gotta
out.
lick your finger, Drew.
I never knew that.
Okay.
I didn't know you
Hold
had to
on,
lick your
hold
finger.
on, wait. Are you guys not aware of
I
this?
pull a tab.
I-
My thing is, or
I
I don't
just
have a
pull
thing.
it out. It comes right out.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
This
You
guy.
pull up the thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you're telling me that you just go like this and it all comes up.
Well, I go like, I take my finger, I go,
I gotta
Okay.
get a finger.
No, but you're
in
doing
it.
a couple. Listen to me. This other girl, when I was 23,
it's a hack. It's a life
told
hack.
me, she goes, yo, wet your finger. Bro,
Okay.
it starts it perfectly.
All right.
Fuck
I'm
this.
with
Watch
it.
this. I'm showing you guys.
Okay. Cut most of this out.
No, this is good. This is
This
good
is
shit.
good?
Oh, we're
You
keeping
think
this.
our people want to see this?
Definitely not.
Okay. No, we'll discuss it at Andy's.
I'm not going to it.
You're, Roman, stop it.
Look, I just did a load of laundry. You guys can sit.
Okay, considerable amount there for one load of laundry, but all right.
Because I cleaned it after each one.
Okay.
Yeah, shit builds up.
All right.
So look,
Alright.
you're over here. Look.
You're not getting too
Fuck.
far.
Oh,
Nah,
fuck,
what are you doing?
Watch this.
Lick, you're gonna lick
Watch,
your
ready?
fingers. Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Watch.
Get right out of town. There you go. Ain't that some shit?
That's pretty good.
Get out of Dodge. Do it today. We're not only doing a fucking podcast, we're,
We're
also
we're
providing
showing
life hacks.
people shit.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. But I still don't
So
understand
look,
the thing
this
about the
needs
static.
to be cleaned, and then you need to put it. That is a dryer sheet. It reduces static electricity.
The dryer sheet produces it?
It reduces.
Oh,
it.
reduces.
The dryer causes static electricity
Right.
because of science.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Science, Roman.
Yo, you know
Kinda
what?
like how you bite a
Science.
mint in the dark, it
my
sparks.
new fucking dryer got some water tank on top you got to refill. How weird. Like,
Hold on,
isn't that
your
weird?
dryer has.
The guy was like, yo, you just put some water in this thing. You got to do that.
Is it for the
What
dryer or
guy?
is it for something else?
Fucking maintenance fan
Drew,
of my village.
this is crazy.
You super?
You do understand
No,
that
he's
the
not.
point
He's
of the
a
dryer
super.
is keeping it dry.
I thought about it every which way. I don't know
Bro, I'm
why.
gonna need pictures of that, guys. I'm gonna put this away.
It works great though. I don't know.
Where do you live? Do you have a super? Or is it like a homeless guy that lives in their dryer room?
No. I don't have a dryer room. I'm in a unit.
And you have it in there? You got the washer and dryer? Or
In my
okay.
in my apartment, yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know what it is. But
I
he
hope
was
to be moving.
I can't even deal with the frustration this kid causes me.
why?
He's just you didn't know what dryer sheets are for. What did you think they were for?
I don't know.
They make
Nice
it
smells
smell
or
good.
whatever.
Hey, but you do know that like a washer and dryer requires products, right?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think they're just?
What do you
like,
think? I'm just throwing it in
You know what
with
he's
no
been doing?
detergent?
You know what he was doing? No, he was using toothpaste in the washer for the first few
No.
months.
I'm not surprised.
For a while, I ran out of detergent and I hadn't gotten
Dish
any,
soap.
so I just blasted Dr. Bronner's in there. But they said in Dr. Bronner's you can use it.
Wait,
fuck
isn't that
is that?
shampoo?
No, it's
Is
soap.
that the fucking
It's
gimmicky shit
Castile
with the
soap.
stuff written all over it?
It's not, what do you mean gimmicky? It's the best
It's
soap
like
that
some
exists.
hipster soap.
It's, what are you talking about? It's the best soap. It is the best soap
Hold
that
on,
exists.
is the best soap that exists on their account or on your account?
No, on
why
my
is it?
account.
Why?
Because it's the cleanest, but also it's people think it's expensive, but it's actually the most bang for your buck. Because when you get the bottle, they're like, "Oh my god, $11 for this bottle!" But wait, you're supposed to dilute it down, and it's still just as good as normal soap, if not better. Plus, it has no chemicals.
Well,
It's Castile
It's
soap.
pronounced chemical. First off, CH. Second off, okay, I'll try some. I think I've
good.
used some before,
But
but I do believe
I'm gonna
that
warn
Not
you.
using your weird hipster Spanish soap.
It's not
Thank you.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Listen,
chemical soap.
I will warn you.
Castile.
Castile
If you're
chemical.
using it in the shower and you don't dilute it, you might have a problem.
Castile.
This guy.
Castile.
Anyway,
Can you say it?
what? Castile?
Castile.
Castle?
Isn't that
Castile.
isn't that what that accent's called?
What?
What's the accent?
Castilian
Fucking-
accent?
Yeah.
Where they have because the guy had a list, a ruler back in the day, so everyone spoke the language with Castile. You sound like
Listen,
a
I don't know what y'all are
sound like a fez.
What are you
Fez.
talking about?
You sound like a fez from the 70s show.
Yo, what's his name died? Screech died. You see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Screech is dead as shit. Now listen, he got a bad rap, man. But I'll tell you what,
Cancer.
if all the stuff he did started 5 years ago, all the sex tapes and the celebrity boxing, he would have
Yeah, he
rocked
missed his
out.
window.
He was the canary in the coal mine, as they say.
Yeah.
They,
What
you know,
the
they
fuck
used to
was
do that back in the day. That's a bone. We're good. He used to, they used to do that back in the day. Hold on, Robin. Let's see another term you don't understand. Do you know canary in the coal mine?
Like, I know what that is.
Tell me, because you didn't know what humping that gear meant.
No, when they went in coal mines back in the day, they would have a canary in the cage. The canary gets the gas first, if there's gas.
Okay.
The canary dies.
Yeah,
Either
the
canary
canary was.
dies.
Canary
Yeah.
dies.
Listen,
there you
I've been to Jim Thorpe before.
go. Oh my God!
I don't
Where'd you
even know
go?
what that means.
Jim Thorpe is like a big ass coal mine over there.
I thought that's where we go skiing.
Well, you do that
If you're
too.
from Philly.
You do that too.
You do.
Or you go to Schwenksville near the Philadelphia Folk Festival.
Yeah.
Welcome back to 5A, apartment 5A.
So, yo, Kramer peeping out the window at the chick across the street with the fucking
Oh yeah. Which
total peeping Tom.
comes into play
Well,
a few
yes,
times.
Creeper.
I was about to say, yeah. They
Creep.
do it
Oh yeah,
again.
he's a creeper. Creeper. You know, but he's home all day. He's got nothing to do. He's looking out his window.
Because he's
not-
selling weed
Right.
and other
He's
drugs.
just bored. You know, he's
He probably
bored.
sold cocaine, guaranteed.
Yeah, you know, hey.
It was the 90s, probably. Who didn't? I guess.
Yeah. Who didn't?
I wasn't alive. I literally was not alive when this
So
came out,
weird.
so I don't know.
It's so weird.
Factual.
It's so weird. So
So we went over this. This episode was actually based on Larry David losing on stocks before.
Really?
Yeah, he lost on some stocks, and they wrote this episode around that.
and we were talking about this before, the weekend getaway with somebody you're not into.
Oh
And
yeah,
how that sucks.
yeah,
It's
just
like-
really, it can be tough.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Jerry goes out with Vanessa to a weekend getaway in Vermont. It gets spoiled by rain.
Okay.
Jerry keeps checking the stock. He had sold at this point. He had invested
Yeah,
$2,500
yeah,
and sold
yeah.
at
What happens.
$1,500. So he took a
Yeah,
$1,000
he took a
hit.
loss.
He was very upset. He sees that the stock is up. After those two get in a little argument, it's raining. There's nothing to do. They're cabin fever. She goes, "I told you not to sell." He disagrees. You know,
Right.
the weekend getaway is spoiled.
Right.
The Vermont trip spoiled.
Spoiled. Yeah.
Jerry
coolest
loves the
part
weekend
about that-
getaway. Where did he go to the place where you wear the little hats? Remember in the other.
Oh yeah.
He loves a good weekend getaway. Jerry does.
The coolest part about it was the sneakers.
Yeah, he's
You
wearing
know.
maybe perhaps like a Delta Force or something. You know.
Like 87, 88 Delta Force.
Yeah, it definitely was probably.
I remember
a
that
few years
show.
Old.
I had it in black.
Yeah.
The leather was legit. It was real.
Yeah.
It was. I had a white. It was white and black. There were orange slight hits on the Force. The logo.
Okay.
The logo was the basketball.
The basketball. Yes.
FORCE.
So the Delta Forces, said Delta Force, and somewhere in a place I used to live, there's pairs of them somewhere.
What was the retail? Do you know on that shoe?
Not expensive.
Probably like
60,
60
50
bucks.
bucks, 50, 60 bucks.
But it's something we take notice of over here at Apartment 5A.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Check them
it's
sneakers.
something we're probably going to mention every time because,
Whenever
I-
we can. Jerry had a pretty good 90s sneaker game.
yeah, he had a great
Yeah.
sneaker game. He had a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
sneakers before having a lot of
Having it, yeah.
sneakers was a thing,
Right.
which was
This is
something I
true.
related to even back then
Yeah.
because Jerry was on top of shit with his
He was.
with his sneaker game.
He
And,
definitely was.
it's funny because, he had a lot of sneakers before that was a thing.
This was the last episode that they filmed in their original studio, and then it moved on to somewhere else in California after this. But I just know this was a pinnacle episode being the last one. They also, after this aired and was received, I guess, pretty well, they ordered 13 more episodes. So that's why that second season is nice.
Longer.
Yeah, we get a little more content.
Nice.
So but
Nice.
we're still on this. So the weekend's ruined. We went over the ultimatum. So we go back after the weekend, and they're in the diner again. George is walking around like he's
Yeah, well, he cleaned up.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He won. He made $8,000.
He made $8,000. He made some moves.
He's telling them to buy desserts. He's saying don't finish it if you
Eat
don't
up.
want.
Yeah,
Who cares?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He's literally throwing money around.
Until it comes time to pay the bill, when,
Um,
because he chintzes on the tip.
Yes. Well, he pays the waitress with his wad of cash.
Right, he doesn't even look at the bill because money is no object to him, but he
then-
just can't.
The cheapness kicks in. He calls her back.
Right.
He looks at the bill, takes a 20, perhaps a 10 back.
Yeah.
Takes cash back.
And now, of course, also because he made a come up in this market, he's an expert. He's got another tip.
Yes. I think that's actually when he shits on Superman is at the end.
Oh,
Not at the beginning. It's at the end.
okay.
But he still does, and that's where Jerry...
There was a Superman reference in the beginning. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Then
I
they
saw
probably...
that
Because
before.
they do that often. They finish and start. So, 2. But yeah, he shits on Superman again. Jerry's not having it.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, right before that, he gives him a tip on, what was it? On a robot chef?
butcher.
A
Robotic butcher.
Yes. A robot.
Which I don't even know what that means.
He tells
But-
him to invest with him.
He's got some investment going on. Keep it quiet, and that's when he.
And it ends with George taking the tip back. And, I mean, that's really...
Yeah. It's like really it.
Episode
It's
5.
another fucking
That's it.
bland,
It's
like,
another
kind of bland episode.
that goes nowhere.
Like, yeah, paper.
I don't deal with him.
So, this concludes our first season, man, and this was where I'm really happy that we got this far.
Yeah.
It's a big accomplishment that we got
Yeah,
together
this
and
is
done
true.
this so far, and we're gonna put it out on all formats soon.
Well,
sure?
hopefully, too, we get this other room cleared out and get this new recording studio
Big
in
things
the
are
back with
coming.
some
Big
new,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new year, big things are coming.
The
We got-
Instagram, we got a lot more content coming.
That's right. Follow us on Instagram,
Apartment
Apartment 5A Podcast.
Yeah.
If you're into Seinfeld stuff, our account's basically about our podcast, but there's a lot of great content to be
Yeah, we're going
found.
to show off a lot of the cool shit we have. We're also going to, help show off some of the stuff that
Sure.
we really like too. Some of these other.
Yeah, we're not just a couple of guys who,
We're up to
Seen
no good.
Seinfeld.
A couple guys chewing gum.
That's
Lloyd
right.
Braun.
That's right.
That's what podcasts are all about, right?
That's what it's
True.
about.
So
You
I
guys
guess that
sitting around
concludes it.
talking?
Now, do you guys just want to? One thing real quick I wanted to recap was in this season, Jerry had 3 different girls, that's including Elaine. So I was just trying to keep a body count on them to where
Okay.
they're at. So you had Laura in the first episode, which he did not
Yes.
he did not roll in the hay with.
Okay.
He did not make sex.
Yes.
They did not. Okay.
Vanessa, clearly they did because they were dating
Right,
from
we did,
right.
episode
Right,
2
I
to
feel
5.
like they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
even going into the weekend getaway.
Yes.
feel like they
yeah,
did.
no, they were definitely
Right,
bumping
right.
uglies. And then him and Elaine, as noted multiple times, had mentioned multiple times, they dated
They
previously.
had relations, if you will.
Yes. And then Elaine would have Jerry on her list, and now Robert we're talking about.
Yeah.
She's not going to give him an ultimatum about his cats and living with them if they already weren't fucking doing the deed. So
Well, you
they're
know what's
like,
interesting
yeah,
also is none of her boyfriends are characters, really, right? Like none
very
of them,
few.
Like,
The only
appeared.
ones that really were well, they were like one-timers besides Putty.
Oh, we're gonna.
No,
get
but I'm
into
saying
that.
I'm saying in this season. 'Cause
Oh,
a couple
yeah, well,
of
it's
them
only
in
were-
this
one.
season,
It's
no,
only
they
Robert.
just
It's
mentioned.
only Robert.
Yeah, because like some of them, like some of them are returning. Like David Putty
Yes.
obviously is the big one, and then like
But yeah, just
Jake
Robert.
Jarmel.
Oh man,
That
Jake
guy.
Jarmel. Who else?
No,
He had the
as
glasses
of right
from
now, we
Twilight.
don't even see them. They're just
Right, yeah, exactly.
They're
Yeah.
just
That's what I'm
mentions.
And then we got the Kramer as a drug dealer theory, and I think a couple quick things where he lives alone in like a pretty eclectic apartment,
Right.
I mean, he's paying New York rent, Upper West Side,
Yeah.
without a job.
without a means.
He's wearing a
of income.
bathrobe constantly.
Man of
Constantly.
leisure, dude. We've just,
He often seems like he might be enjoying the fruits of his own labor. He knows about all the local shady dealings. He knows the lingo that you need to have if you want to.
Yeah.
I know about the stuff. He knows what
Yo,
to
he
say.
also wanted to use Jerry's apartment for a bunch of anarchists.
Oh,
while he was going to Vermont.
quick fact about that. There was another cut line from this episode. Listen to this. This is 2 things about Kramer. Crazy. This is the cut line. Jerry would only, I don't know why this makes sense. He would only allow Kramer's anarchist friends to stay over if they agreed to wear Jerry's underwear.
Yeah.
That was a cut premise from the show, not a line. That was that was like a thing they were going to go with. He was going to say they can only stay over if they agree to wear my underwear. That's weird. Which is, but I
Very
think that might have been Jerry saying,
No.
yeah, like now
Right.
that
Because that's so outlandish. to
so
remember.
yes. Also, while filming this episode, Kramer brought a stripper to the set, and out of nowhere, while they were filming, she popped out and started stripping and wouldn't stop till she was down to nothing but a G-string, and everyone was like cracking up.
That's
and
great.
He played a little prank.
Really?
That's funny.
Michael Richards brought a fucking.
That guy.
He paid a stripper to come out and fucking seduce
awesome.
everyone on the set.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was seducing. But he also, now back to Kramer dealing drugs, he also has a bunch of never seen friends or customers or plugs who knows where he's getting what from.
Right.
He had a dog with a human name, pretty drug dealer's
Yeah,
quality.
definitely.
He's just creeping out. I really think Kramer had some shady dealings about. Right?
Well, he's always doing some goofy trades.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Always into something strange.
Always
Anthony
into a
Quinn's
strange trade.
undershirt.
Yeah, he's trading undershirts.
We're gonna
and-
find
yeah.
We're gonna find him to be
For Vans.
a
and
very
undershirts for
interesting
Vans.
character.
But I think we'll definitely be able to prove the theory that Kramer most likely.
I
wouldn't say just drugs. I would say he was doing a lot of trading, a lot of buying, selling.
True.
An early practicer of what is now very common, selling anything you
Yeah.
find.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps he was thrifting. Well, we do know that he was selling records.
He was
and
selling
old
vintage clothes.
Yeah, Whoa. I think Kramer's just all about it. I think if you needed something, you go to him. Yeah,
So he
hold
was
on.
like a hipster long before.
Remember?
it-
Okay, coming
They
up.
called
in
him a
season
hipster
2,
doofus.
I believe it
Yeah.
is season 2 where George needs the Mickey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't he get it
Where
from Kramer?
no, but where do you think they didn't say it? Because
Didn't say.
if I bet you there was a cutout
Yeah.
line where Kramer gets it for him, but it would make him look like it would be terrible.
Yeah.
Right,
But George,
yeah.
wanted,
And when
George wanted
Owen,
date rape.
what's his name when
he did.
later on when Owen, he has Kramer seems to know what happens when people have
Yes.
drug overdoses and drop acid.
Yeah.
Things of that nature.
He dropped acid.
You weren't looking. All right, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
So, guys,
But-
thanks for listening.
Yes.
That's another rousing
Yes.
episode
That's right.
of
Apartment 5A podcast. I am Drew.
I am Roman.
I'm Mike O, and we'll let you know why we fell in love with Seinfeld next episode. We'll eventually get that back out
Yes,
there. But,
definitely.
guys, thanks again. Follow us on Instagram, Apartment 5A podcast. And
Roman, you want to take us out?
For
let's
sure.
go.
Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum, boom, bum, 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 be-dum, bum, 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 diddly-dee, ba-da. Boom, ba-dum, bum, 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 be-dum, bum, 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 beedly-dee, ba-da.
Bow. Oh, that's good shit.
We were all over the place, but so what? We'll fuck around with it.